Alright, I am back with another Destiny 2 video slash combination Diablo video just for a little compare and contrast because both holiday events launched within an hour of each other, and these are the two games I play the most, so I figured I would just do both here, and I have played both in this short amount of time. We could talk about both of them and how kind of underwhelming each of them are in different ways. To start with Destiny, speaking of underwhelming, we had the story quest this week, which had us. I think they're really reaching for some story content this season. We had to do 3 paths of the coil, which is enough to like fill up a little percent bar, and at that point you're probably just going to go for 4 paths because why not? And then bizarrely, you do this Dreaming City quest that's like the quest that you get when there's like the full curse, I think, where you have to dunk those 3 balls, and then you go to the Spire of Curs, and then you fight the ogres. And it's the exact quest, the exact same quest with the named enemies. And there is new voice work at the end that's like, yes, you must do this again, as all Guardians have, because this is the curse cycle. And we're literally playing like a Sunset Forsaken quest as step 2 here. And then step 3 is just doing an easy 1-path version of the coil again, whatever Riven's layer, whatever it's called. And that's like the end of the story components. And then there's like a little conversation between Mara and Crow. Pretty weird week for story stuff. I really like the coil, but when the coil is like kind of all you have, you just keep doing a lot of coil things, and it's a little strange. Okay, but at least that's a lot of enemies to kill. You can get some ingredients, blah, blah, blah. So what is different this year with the Dawning? Pretty much nothing. There are more snowball things. You can drop snowballs now, I think, by killing people or killing things with guns as opposed to just them being in set locations. This stuff is the same. You get Dawning spirits. You can get it through bounties, but also, of course, you must remember to equip your Starfarer ship, which gives you a chance for Dawning Spirit whenever you drop a Dawning ingredient, which will be frequently. And besides that, Eva sells that ship, I think. Maybe it won't be in here. I don't think it's in here because I already have it. But the one new thing is this glaive. It is the second aggressive frame glaive. Sadly, it is not a stasis glaive, so there are no glaives in the top spot still. It is arc, and it can get beacon rounds, which is like the main thing. I'm guessing it can get deconstruction, and then it will combine with Hake breach armaments to be really good against constructs. So, I mean, I want like a copy of this, but is this better than like the 8 other glaives we already have? Probably not. I don't think so. And is it that hard to hit things with the glaive projectile where you need beacon rounds? Also no. But yeah, so we have, as ever, the main draw of this is Eververse, and that means a good amount of, if the store would even load, okay. They have really good Dawning armor. This is always good Dawning armor across all 3 classes. I think it's bird themed across all of them this time. I'm going to buy this with Bright Dust because I save my Bright Dust for things like this. And so that's 18,000. That'll use the majority of it, but that's pretty much it. This is a cool finisher, but I'm not gonna buy that. And besides that, there is this shader that you can get that is green, and that one is free. Do they have... Where's the event pass? I never know where anything is. Okay. Event card does not have a shader this time? Okay, I think they knew people were getting mad about... Oh, no, it does have a shader. Crap. Okay. Well, I stand corrected. So here's this shader that comes with it. Thankfully, it's bad, so we don't have to really worry about that. And other than that, just do all these... there's another shader in here you can get. Do all these challenges, and you will get your oven. It's so, like, navigation in this. Your oven is in here. Don't forget to masterwork your oven, which makes things cost less. You will need to get a bunch of Essence of Dawning to start crafting these different things. You'll have a quest to give specific cookies to specific people. And one of the quests leads you to the Dawning Memento. And I don't know what the official way is to farm the Dawning Memento, which I do actually want to do because it's cool and it's icy. That is the other new thing besides the glaive. I'm guessing it will just drop from presents that you're giving to people. That seems like the most likely place you would get it. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know, maybe on Snowball Kill? I kind of doubt that. But yeah, so that is the memento. I do think that's worth farming. So that's, that's the Dawning. It's nothing really out of the ordinary. We are not strongly innovating in any real ways. No, we never really have a dedicated activity besides snowball throwing these days, and even we didn't even have snowball throwing for like a couple of years ago. So I don't know. The glaive is worth a little bit. The memento is probably the only thing I really care about farming, and we will see how long this holds my interest. But switching over to the Diablo Christmas events, I did want to just talk about that briefly, because I know we all complain about Destiny and how its stuff can be kind of bare bones. However, looking across to a rival live service game like that, they're not direct rivals, but you know what I mean. This event is something. So, I appreciate the fact that Diablo 4 has finally decided to allow people to earn cosmetics as of this Winter Bite something, Winter Blighted, whatever, I don't know what it's called. You do it in kind of a very boring way, from what I can tell. This is definitely something that I would not really bother with a level 100 character, which is what I have. This is only a seasonal activity, and I do have a couple Eternal characters I wouldn't mind, leveling a little bit more. They can't do it, apparently, unless I totally missed something. I logged in as them, and the winter thing was not there. But on my Druid, who is seasonal, it is there. But my Druid is level 100, and you're just stomping around in this purple-shaded open world, more or less one-shotting every enemy, and then collecting 3 types of currencies. One is one that drops frequently from like most enemies. One are these little stationary husk things that, I don't know, maybe take 2 shots, and then occasionally you will run across a public event that essentially just has you kill this giant goat Santa Claus boss thing, and that gives you material. There are 3 materials, all of which can be exchanged for these little I don't forget what they're called. I'm not looking at it right now. But these little things that they add up to unlocking the cosmetics. So I played for, 10-15 minutes, kind of running around, getting these currencies, and I had 4 of these things when I exchanged all my materials. And each weapon skin costs 30. And I think there are 8 weapon skins, and then a back thing costs 50. So, I don't know. It's not really an activity, because it's literally just walking around, like, quote unquote, in patrol mode. And, there are things like, there's a special potion that gives you 15% more XP and, like, some bonuses. But, like, this would be good if you were, like, still leveling a seasonal character. But, like, since I hit level 100 a while ago, it just doesn't seem worth it. Like, it's just going to be very boring just walking around in the open world and insta-killing everything. Like, I probably would need to start a new seasonal character to make this kind of at all worthwhile. And if you were in the middle of having a seasonal character and wanted to level more, blah, 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 this probably is good for that. It's still not terribly exciting, because you're still just walking around in patrol mode. It does seem like, I think there's a higher magic drop rate, or higher legendary drop rate for this, just from what I can tell. And then the Santa Claus boss guy drops a lot of stuff, definitely 3 or 4 legendaries, I think. And just the general guys seem to be dropping more legendaries than I would normally see out in the open world. So if you want to farm aspects, that is one thing you can do. And yeah, I just don't see myself running around here for many hours in order to get all of the things I need to buy all of those cosmetics. I'm stuck in this weird place with my Druid where, like, this is way too boring and easy, this thing, but then the new Abattoir of Zur that got added, like, I am not geared enough to go remotely far in that. So I'm sort of just stuck in the middle where I enjoyed my time with Season 2, but I don't know if there's really all that much left for me unless I want to just totally overhaul my Druid build and go ham on Abattoir of Zur, which I also don't really feel like. So even though Destiny is the very samey and whatever, it feels like there's at least still kind of more to do there, and you're still doing seasonal stuff you would be anyway, like trying to get crafting patterns, and like I just got my final freaking fusion rifle pattern that I can craft now, and you're playing it like you normally would. And so neither of these are great, but I do think Destiny sort of gets judged on a curve because so much of its stuff stays the same, and yet looking at all these other games that have seasonal events, rarely are they something that's like utterly stunning. I think one of the best limited time events I've ever seen was the Diablo Call of Duty crossover. That was something they did that was really awesome. But we don't really, there's not a lot of innovation in this space anymore, where if there was once a team that was doing kind of seasonal events, that has kind of gone away. I think the best thing they've done is introduce those mementos, which be the most exciting thing in the world, but it's something to like go after, which is more than these events usually have, because the seasonal or the event weapons are usually not very good. So that's something. And yeah, that's kind of my analysis of both of these at a moment's glance here, but I don't think you really need more than a moment's glance to get a full sort of picture of them. So I will probably be mostly sticking with Destiny based on this. If the farming in Diablo was a little less bad, I might consider doing that more, and maybe I'll do a little bit of it, but it's not great, and it's really only for people that have kind of not maxed out yet and still would benefit from getting more XP and normal legendary drops out in the world. So yeah. Anyway, play what you want. Don't play any of these. I kind of want to play the Avatar game. People keep saying that's like actually surprisingly good, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.